Good morning. Good morning. Happy Sunday. God morning, everyone. God morning. I like saying God morning now. I got that from one of my mentors, Dr. Stormy Nicole Wellington, who started having God mornings. And I love that. I love that. Before I get out of bed, before I make any calls, before I talk on the phone, check my phone for anything, I have quiet time with God first. So I was up early this morning. I actually had a workshop, a 3-day boot camp that just ended today. So I was up and at it this morning, and now I'm having some breakfast with myself. I found this new little spot.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
And I'm trying it out. I absolutely love trying out different restaurants. And I'll tell you all about it. I'll give you my review afterwards. Just got here, having some hot water with lemon. This is good to help with your digestion. Thank you, Lex. Yes. And I'm having brunch. And to me, brunch is not complete without a mimosa. So this is a pineapple mimosa made with real champagne, not Prosecco. My champagne drinkers know what I'm talking about. Yeah, fresh and good. To me, a mimosa has to be made with real champagne, not Prosecco. Sorry, Prosecco drinkers, I'm just saying, it ain't the real thing to me. But yeah, and I'm gonna have some avocado with mango toast. I'm really excited about that. Love avocado, love mangoes. Okay, I got a question for y'all real quick before I dig in and start eating, because once the food comes, you know I'm gonna have to get off. All right, question for you, because this was brought to my attention the other day by a girlfriend, and I had to really think about it, because when I was younger, like when I was in high school, college, in my 20s, I think I would have had a totally different answer. Hey, how are you doing? Is that Gerald? Hey, Gerald. Haven't seen you in forever. Good morning. Good morning. God morning. Okay, here's the question. And it's for ladies and for men. I know we operate differently and all those sorts of things, but here's the question. If you see your friend, and I'm not talking about an associate or somebody you know from school or just from around the way, I'm talking about your girl, your homie, your BFF, your friend for life. Y'all are really close. Y'all are like family, okay? If you see one of them not acting right in their relationship, especially marriage, okay, do you call them out on it? Do you tell them the truth? Do you say to them, yeah, I think what you're doing is real messed up. Yeah, I think the words that you're speaking to your mate are real foul. Yeah, I think you're the reason, or a large part of the reason why your relationship ain't right. Do you say that to them? Or do you just be a supportive friend? Don't open up your mouth unless they ask you. And then even if they ask you, sugarcoat it so that you're not rocking the boat, because at the end of the day, that's their relationship and they got to handle it their way. Now, I'm not talking about some just, egregious stuff. Like, I'm not talking about the obvious, like, putting your hands on somebody, but I mean little things like, and these little things are big things in the grand scheme of things, okay? But I mean, let's say you have a friend who, talks down to their mate. Let's say you have a girlfriend who calls her mate out of his name quite often, like in front of you, in front of others. She admittedly has told you that she calls him out of his name. Like, she'll call him a punk or tell him he's stupid, or, just when she's angry, she says not nice things. Or, hello, let's say you've got a homeboy who openly flirts with people, with other women, when he's not around his wife. Let's say he's a little too handsy with women, okay? And he'll be like, yeah, I'm not doing nothing, that's just in my nature, blah, 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 blah. But clearly there's strife between him and his wife because, we all know when our mate doing wrong. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta see it to know it. It shows, okay? So, you got a homeboy that's a little handsy, a little flirtatious when he's out and about. Then he'll say things like, yeah, wifey be tripping about this, wifey be tripping about that. Do you say anything to him? Like, yo, the reason why your wife tripping could be, or could have a lot to do with. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying, Gerald? From a guy's point of view, Gerald, would you tell your friend if you saw him doing wrong in his relationship? If he tells you that, him and his wife are having problems, or him and his lady are having problems at home, or what have you, and, and he's giving you the whole, everything that she's doing in the relationship that's wrong, but he never comes out and says it could have a lot to do with what I'm doing as well, or blah, blah, blah. Or if he's saying, well, the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm not getting this, or she's not doing this, or she is doing, you know what I mean? Like, do you tell your homeboy, like, yo, you living foul? Yo, man, it takes two to be in a relationship. It takes two to mess up a relationship. Like, do you tell? As guys, I want to know. As men, do y'all tell your homeboy when he's messing up? Or do y'all just say, hey, he a grown man? Can y'all still hear me? Sorry, I'm literally by a blender. But yeah, do you tell? Or I know men live by a different sort of rule book. Y'all don't always like to get in each other's business. But I think, like, if you truly love a person, you'll let them know, like, when they foul and when they not. I give my advice from experience, but I can't force them to heed. That's true. We can never force, right? You can lead a horse to the well, but you can't make it drink. You have a friend like that, yeah. I think we all got somebody in our lives where we see all these red flags and all these things that they're doing, right? And we're like, why are you in a relationship? Hold up, why are you married? Because you don't act like it. Yeah. It's interesting though, because I've heard some people say, I don't give advice to my friends about their relationships, especially the married ones, because, they're just going to end up staying, and, then things are going to be really funny between me and that person later on, because undoubtedly they're going to tell their mate what I said and blah, 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 and then things will get ugly, or things will get weird. Yeah. I'll say for me, like when I was younger, I felt like I needed to keep my mouth shut. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Avocado mango toast. Looks delicious. I'm about to get off. But yeah, so what I was saying is in my 20s and 30s, or really in my 20s, I felt like, hey, I need to be quiet about it, right? Like, no. I'm just going to back up my friend, just be there, be supportive. It's not my business to say anything. But I'm going to be honest with you. Now in my 40s, I'm saying, I'm speaking up. I think we live in a culture where people keep quiet about too many things that could absolutely, help one another. You know what I mean? And again, like Gerald said, you can't make the person take your advice. You can't make the person listen to what you're saying. But hey, at least you said it and you let them know. Like, and sometimes I think people don't always see themselves. We can think that, hey, I'm living right. I have the best intentions. I'm not doing this. I could be doing so much worse. And, okay, well, yeah, I might do this thing, but at least I'm not doing that thing. Or, I'm a good person. But you know what? It's not. It's at the end of the day, it's not about being a good person or a bad person, or the less of two evils, or hey, well, I might call him a couple of names and cuss him out, but at least I'm not out here cheating. Or hey, I might flirt with another woman and stay out all night, but at least I ain't out here cheating. At least I pay the bills. At least I'm responsible. At least I'm still taking care of home and my kids. But you're creating an atmosphere at home that is toxic. And if you have children, you're showing them that toxicity is normal in a relationship, and that's not what you want to do, right? And then also as a friend, I'm like, are you being real? Are you being authentic? Now, granted, I can understand a person that says, well, hey, I don't want to bring it up unless they bring it up. Okay, that's fine. If it's nothing like too serious, okay. But I think if you're really, truly a friend, if you truly value that person and that friendship, and you see like, hey, I was there on your wedding day. I stood before that pastor or, that leader, whoever, the church, the wedding officiant, and we promised before God as guests at the wedding that, we would support y'all's marriage. Well, part of that is being able to tell a person, hey, what's going on here? Like, you said you would do this and this and this and this and that, but now because things are hard, you're totally ignoring all of those vows that you took. You're totally dismissing all of the things you said you would do. We got to start being accountable for everything, you guys. We've got to take self-accountability. Go ahead. And it can't always be about the other person. You know what I mean? Like, at some point, you got to realize your role in the demise of any relationship. Relationship, friendship, marriage, whatever. You've got to realize your role. So I'm going to dig into this avocado toast. Like I said, I'll give a full review later and let y'all know how it is. But yeah, comment below. Let me know. What are your thoughts?